Summary of the Assam Tribune, 12th to 14th September 2020. Number 1. Shanghai Cooperation Organization or SCO. Indian External Affairs Minister met his Chinese counterpart to resolve the military standoff in the Ladakh region in Moscow on the sidelines of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a permanent intergovernmental international organization that was created in 2001. The SCO Charter was drafted in 2001 and the body came into force in 2003. Both India and Pakistan are its members. They became members in 2007. There are other members as well like Kazakhstan, China, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Russia, etc. The official languages are Russian and Chinese. Number 2. Jal Jeevan Mission. Jal Jeevan Mission was announced in August 2019. Its chief objective is to provide piped water to all rural and urban households by 2024. It also aims to create local infrastructure to harvest rainwater, groundwater recharge and management of household wastewater to reuse in agriculture. Number 3. Representation of the People Amendment Bill 2020. The Representation of the People Amendment Bill 2020 seeks to amend the Representation of the People Act 1950 or the RPA Act 1950 and the Representation or RPA Act 1951 to ensure the conduct of elections in free, fair and in an impartial manner. The Constitution Makers incorporated Part 15, Article 324 to Article 329 in the Constitution and empowered Parliament to make laws to regulate the electoral process. In this context, Parliament has enacted the Representation of the People Act RPA 1950 and RPA 1951. These has been amended by the Parliament from time to time. Number 4. Central Information Commission or CIC. This body was constituted with effect from 12th October 2005 under the Right to Information Act 2005. Its jurisdiction extends upon all central public authorities. It is headed by the Chief Information Commissioner. The Chief Information Commissioner holds the office for 5 years. The current Chief Information Commissioner is Sudhir Bhargava. They are appointed by the President of India on the recommendation of a committee comprising of Prime Minister, who is the chairperson of the committee, leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha and a union cabinet minister nominated by the Prime Minister. Number 5. ISRO or Indian Space Research Organization. This body was founded in 1969. It is a space agency which is under the Department of Space in the Government of India, headquartered in the city of Bengaluru. Antiques Corporation Limited ACL is a commercial arm of ISRO. Eminent scientist Dr. Vikram Sarabhai had a big role in the establishment of ISRO. Its current chairperson is K. Sivan. ISRO has many facilities, each dedicated to a specialized field of study in space. A few of them are as follows: Vikram Sarabhai Space Center in Trivandrum, Liquid Propulsion System Center in Trivandrum, Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Space Application Center in Ahmedabad, and National Remote Sensing Center at Hyderabad. Number 6. Acharya Vinoba Bhave, 1895 to 1982. He was a follower of Mahatma Gandhi and believed in his policy of non-violence. He is regarded as the spiritual successor of Mahatma Gandhi. He was the first person chosen by Mahatma Gandhi to offer individual satyagraha from 1940 to 41. The second was Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru and the third was Brahmadatta. Acharya Bhave is also famous for the Bhudan movement of 1951 in Telangana. He was awarded the Roman Magsaysay Award for Community Leadership in 1958. In 1983, he received the Bharat Ratna posthumously. Number 7. Swami Vivekananda, 1863 to 1902. Born as Narendranath Datta, he was the chief disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Swami Vivekananda introduced Indian philosophy of Vedanta and Yoga to the Western world and is credited with raising interfaith awareness bringing Hinduism to the world stage during the late 19th century. Established Ramakrishna Mission in 1987, named after his guru Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa. The institution did extensive educational and philanthropic work in India. He also represented India in the first Parliament of Religion held in Chicago, US in 1893. Number 8. People's Liberation Army or PLA. It is the regular armed forces of the People's Republic of China and a Communist Party of China. The People's Republic of China (PRC) was founded in 1949 after Mao Zedong Communist Party of China overthrew the Kuomintang Party's government. The Kuomintang government fled to Taiwan and established Republic of China there. 9. Oxford vaccine. Oxford University says that it will soon resume its trial of the coronavirus vaccine that it is developing with pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca. The said vaccine was paused due to a reported side effect in a patient in the UK. The coronavirus vaccine candidate is a weakened version of a common cold virus, adenovirus, which causes infection in chimpanzees that has been genetically changed so that it is impossible for it to grow in humans. Then genetic material has been added to the virus construct, which is used to make proteins from the SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus called spike glycoprotein. Number 10. PM National Relief Fund. Prime Minister's National Relief Fund was a brainchild of J.R.D. Tata. When riots broke out ahead of a partition, J.R.D. sent out a telegram to Nehru on August 14, 1947, a day before the independence, that suggested creation of a national fund for relief and distress. The fund, initially meant for refugees, was set up in 1948. Number 11. Contempt of Court. Contempt of court basically refers to the offense of showing disrespect to the dignity or authority of a court. The Supreme Court and High Courts derive their contempt powers from the Constitution. Also, the Contempt of Court Act 1971 outlines the procedure in relation to investigation and punishment of contempt. Recently, Bhushan has been fined ₹1 for contempt of court. Number 12. Chief Justice of India. The judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President. The CGI is appointed by the President after consultation with such judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts as it deems necessary. A person to be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court should have the following qualifications. Number 1, he should be a citizen of India. Number 2, he should have been a judge of High Court or High Courts in succession for 5 years. Number 3, he should have been an advocate of a High Court or High Courts in succession for 10 years. Or number 5, Number 12. Chief Justice of India. The judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President. The Chief Justice of India is appointed by the President after consulting with such judges of the Supreme Court and High Courts as he deems necessary. A person to be appointed as a judge of the Supreme Court should have the following qualifications. He should be a citizen of India. He should have been a judge of a High Court or High Courts in succession for 5 years, or he should have been an advocate of a High Court or High Courts in succession for 10 years, or he should be a distinguished jurist in the opinion of the President. The Constitution has not prescribed a minimum age for appointment as a judge of the Supreme Court. Current Chief Justice of India is S.A. Bhave. Number 13. Gauhati University. It is the oldest and one of the most renowned universities in Northeast India. It was established in 1948. The first public demand was made at the annual session of the Assam Association held at Sibsagar in 1970. In 1940, the government appointed S.K. Bhoya as a special officer with the task of collecting relevant information on the selection of site and related matters. The university was established by an act of the state legislature, the Gauhati University Act 1947. The first court meeting of the university was held on 26th January 1948, which is considered the foundation day at the old St. Marson Hall of Cotton College, Gauhati. K.K. Hendy was the first Vice Chancellor or VC of Gauhati University. Number 14. GMDA, Gauhati Metropolitan Development Authority. GMDA was established in 1992 as per the GMDA Act 1985. It replaced the erstwhile Gauhati Development Authority constituted in 1962. Under the Town and Country Planning Act 1951, GMDA's jurisdiction extends over an area of 262 square kilometers, covering the entire Gauhati Municipal Corporation area, entire North Gauhati Town Committee area, and some neighborhood villages of Sila Sundari, Kupa Moja, Varsar Moja, Dakhin Rani Moja, Ramacharani Moja, Beltola Moja. Number 15. AADHAR. It is a 12-digit random unique identification number issued to Indian citizens by Indian government. The Unique Identification Authority of India (UIDAI) is the issuing and managing agency of the Aadhaar card. UIDAI was initially set up as an attest office under the aegis of Planning Commission in 2009. It got the status of a statutory authority under the provisions of the Aadhaar Act 2016. The Government of India put it under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Number 16. Brajanath Sarma, 1894 to 1916. He was a freedom fighter, playwright, actor, and a pioneer of mobile theatre of Assam, India. He was also known as Natachajja and was born in the village Sila in present-day Bazali district of Assam. He joined the British Army and fought battles in Baghdad and in other places in the overseas in the First World War. In 1921, he returned home and forms a Chatra party or a drama group, Sila Kalika Opera Party. He trained many young actors like Chandra Chaudhary of Barpeta and Fani Sharma of Tezpur. In 1930, he formed a historic Kohinoor Opera Party. During the period of quitting the movement, he and his associates alienated themselves from the non-violence movement and was the architect of destruction of the Barnagar Aerodrome and Sarhog police station. For the same crime, they were jailed for 3 years in 1943. Number 17. GST Council. It is a constitutional body under the Article 279A. It makes a recommendation to the Union and State Government. Number 17. GST Council. It is a constitutional body under Article 279A. It makes recommendation to the Union and State Government on issues relating to goods and service tax and was introduced by the Constitution 101st Amendment Act 2016. It is chaired by the Union Finance Minister and other members are the Union State Minister of Revenue, of Finance and Ministers in charge of finance or taxation of all the states. It is considered a federal body as both center and states get due representation. Number 18. Assam's Women University. Assam's Women's University is a public university located in Jorhat, Assam. It was established by the Assam Women's University Act 2013 by the Assam government. It is the first women's university in Assam. Malini Goswami is the first Vice Chancellor or VC of the university. Number 19. Magsaysay Award. The Magsaysay Award was established in 1957 and is considered as Asia's premier prize and highest honor. It is named after Magsaysay, the third president of the Republic of Philippines. Since 2009, the Magsaysay Award Foundation annually selects the awardees for the field of emergent leadership. Earlier it was given in 5 categories: government service, public service, community leadership, journalism, literature and creative communication arts, and peace and international understanding. Indian journalist Ravish Kumar was awarded the 2019 Magsaysay Award for harnessing journalism to give voice to the voiceless. Sessions of Parliament. A session of the Indian Parliament is a period where a house meets almost every day to manage its business. There are typically 3 sessions in a year: budget session, monsoon session, winter session. The budget session is from February to May, the monsoon session from July to September, and the winter session from November to December. The process of calling all members of the Parliament to meet is called summoning of Parliament. It is the President who summons Parliament. The maximum gap between two sessions of Parliament cannot be more than 6 months. That's all for today. Thank you.